Hello. Even my voice is audible. Please let me know my voice is audible, all of you. Is it audible to all of you? Hello. Apurva. Apurva, please let me know my voice is audible. Hello. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. So I'm really sorry for the delay because of some you can say circumstances because of the laptop problem. I am not able to get it before. Now it's fine. So I just going to start the lecture right now. Okay. So today we have to discuss about I will start with protein hormones today, and then we will be able to do what are basically hormones and what are they and the types of hormones. Then after it we will do the metabolic and hormonal disturbances. Getting my point? So first we will start with protein hormones, and then we will do steroid hormones. After it we will do the metabolic and hormonal disturbances. Okay. So is it clear to all of you? So then we will move it further. Please let me know, is it clear to all of you? I hope it will be it will be clear to all of you. Please let me know regarding it. Okay. Okay. And one more thing, tomorrow we will take 2 hour class, maybe from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. So I will try to take it in the noon. So we will start from 12 p.m. up to 2 p.m. But I don't know completely. I will try to cover as much as topic on weekends because I know on weekends we all are free, so I try to cover more topics on weekends. Getting my point? So I am going to share today's presentation. So today we have to start with protein hormones. So we have to start with hormones. Okay, okay. Yes. So basically we have to start with hormones, or you can say we have to study endocrinology basically. You know what is basically endocrinology? Here we have to study the important hormones which are there in our body. We will do parathyroid glands, we will do thymus, adrenal glands. So these all are glands which are there in our body, and we have to discuss them very thoroughly. So the first of all, the introduction of these hormones. So the hormone theory was provided by, or you can say was given by Willis and Starling. He described first hormone. He described what basically the hormones are. They are the substances produced by small intestine, stimulated flow of pancreatic juice for secreting. In 1905, Starling introduced the term hormone. So basically it was in 1905 when the scientists was able to introduce the term hormone. So what is the definition of hormone? What are basically the hormones are? Any substances which are released by one cell, to any substance which is released by one cell to regulate the another cell. So one cell is released to regulate the another cell is known as the hormone. So basically these are the chemical messengers because they take the response from one cell and they send it to the another cell. So they deliver through endocrine, neuroendocrine, neurocrine, paracrine and autocrine system. So these are basically the hormones. So hormones can be, maybe they are lipids, they may be proteins, they may be peptides or amino acids. So basically what are the hormones? Basically they are the substances which are released by one cell. Why they are released from one cell? To stimulate or to regulate the another cell which is there in the body. And number two, they may be endocrine cells, maybe neuroendocrine, maybe neurocrine, paracrine or autocrine systems. Number three, the hormones can be lipids, maybe proteins, maybe peptides or amino acids. So are you able to understand hormones? Please let me know. Then I will move further. So basically they are the you can say chemical messengers or by which we are able to send the. Yes, yes, I will take your class on Sunday also, and I will try to conclude as much chapters as possible because I want to give you more time for review paper. So this is my priority that I will take your classes on Saturdays and Sundays definitely. So be ready with it. I will take 2 hour long session tomorrow also and on the next day also. So be ready with it. We have to cover steroid hormones. Let me show you the syllabus once again here. So we have to complete protein hormones, we have to complete steroid hormones. After it I will be able to let you know the thing which we have to do on day 3. After it I will tell you the hormonal disturbances, because for know about the hormonal disturbances we must know what are basically the hormones are and what are their functions basically. Then I will let you know about the hormonal disturbances, the disturbances in the thyroid function. So I will try to complete all these things on the our 2 days. After it we have enzymes. Enzymes are very easy topic. You will be able to understand it very easily. And my main focus will be on the metabolisms, the metabolism which are there in our body, like tissue metabolism, brain metabolism, liver metabolism. But to know all these things we must have to know about the hormones, that what are basically hormones, what are the imbalances in the hormones, the disturbances in the hormones. So we have to go all these topics, we have to complete all these topics. But first we have to complete the hormones. Okay, yes, I will try to take your classes either after lunch, that means from 2 to 4 p.m. yeah, or 3 to 5 p.m. It depends upon all of you, so I will try to take it after lunch. I think it will be suitable for all of us, so I will try to take it by 3 to 5 p.m. I will share the timing with you right after this class. Okay. So now let's just focus on the hormones or the protein hormones. So this is basically the definition of hormone, that it is the substances which are released by one cell to regulate the another cell. So one substance, one cell is released to regulate the another cell. So hormones can be lipids, they can be proteins, they can be peptides or amino acids. So we have to study steroid hormones, we have to study protein hormones in detail. So I will share the PPT with all of you, so no worries regarding it. I will share everything with all of you in the Telegram, but just give me a little bit more time. This is the function, principal functions of the endocrine system, the functions which this system carries. Basically, the hormones, or you can say the endocrine system, it maintains the internal environment in the body, that means maintaining the optimum biochemical environment, integration and regulation of growth and development. Yes, the growth. the growth and the development is regulated by these hormones, or you can say by the endocrine system. It control, maintain and instigation of sexual reproduction like gametogenesis, fetal development and other development within the newborn baby. These all things are done with the help of hormones only. Getting my point? So this is the endocrine system which helps to maintain the homeostasis by integration and control secretion of chemical signals from one cell to another known as hormones, but these hormones they travel through the bloodstream to act on a target cell. So we have group of cells uh, when they are able to move, they are able to send the message from one cell to another cell. They have to travel through the bloodstream. So they will be traveling through the bloodstream to act on the target cell. So yes, we have two types of systems in our body. We have endocrine system, we have nervous system. Now what is the function of nervous system? Basically nervous system performs short-term management. That means short-term act is done by the nervous system. But endocrine system is the main one which regulates the long-term ongoing metabolic processes. So there are so many activities inside our body. The long-term processes, they are under the control of the endocrine system. Nervous system is there only for short-term crises, but endocrine system is there for regulating the long-term activities in the body. So yes, we have different types of cells in our body which are helpful in the which are helpful for passing the signal from one cell to another. We have endocrine hormones, we have neurohormones, we have paracrine hormones, and we have autocrine hormones. So we have four types of hormones, but our main focus will remain on the endocrine hormones. Now what are basically the endocrine hormones? These hormones travel by the bloodstream to the target cell. So this is the cell A. It will release the hormone. Now this hormone has to act on cell B. So from this cell to reach this cell, they have to travel through the bloodstream. Getting my point? So when they have to travel from this cell to this cell, they have to travel through the bloodstream. So these are known as endocrine cells. Then, then we have neurohormones. What are basically neurohormones? In which there is the you can say synapses involved, or you can say nervous system is involved. So this is the cell A, which is basically the neuron, the part of the nervous system. It will release a hormone. This hormone will reach the target cell with the help of neurons, with the help of synapses, as well as with the help of blood. So blood is also there, but they will travel through the synapses. Then we have paracrine cells. What is basically paracrine cells? When one cell is near to the, you can say, receptor cell, so, or you can say both cells are adjacent cells. This is known as the paracrine hormones. And last is autocrine hormones. So what is autocrine hormones? They are released and act on the cell that secreted them. So they are just releasing the hormone and they are just controlling their own cells. So that is why they are known as autocrine cells. When they are just controlling their own cells is known as the autocrine cells or autocrine hormones. So we have three types of hormones basically, or you can say actions basically. We have endocrine action, we have paracrine action, we have autocrine action. Autocrine action is when the hormone is acts on its own cells. Paracrine action is when one cell is adjacent to the target cell. And what is the endocrine action? When the hormone is distributed in the blood and then binds to the target cell which is very far away. So in endocrine cells, the signal has to be transported through the bloodstream and it will reach on the target cell. So up to now, is it clear to all of you? Please let me know. Are you able to know the difference between endocrine, autocrine and paracrine cells or paracrine hormones? So is it clear to all of you till now? Any one of you, please let me know. Okay, so just let me complete it little bit more. So these are the endocrine action, paracrine action and autocrine action. Now endocrine system, the body's second grade controlling system which influences metabolic activities of cells by means of hormones. So in endocrine system, when we are dealing or when we are discussing the endocrine system, what happens basically, the body's second controlling system, it influences the metabolic activities of the cells. So endocrine system, which generally consists of hormones, it controls the metabolic activities of a group of cells, or you can say particular cells. So a ductless gland composed of epithelial cells that release secretions directly into the extracellular fluid, and from this extracellular fluid the hormones, they will diffuse into the bloodstream, and from the bloodstream these hormones will reach to the target site. So this is the endocrine system. Here what happens basically, the endocrine system, with the help of hormones, it controls the activities inside our body, and these hormones are just entered into the bloodstream and then they reach the target cell. So this is the overview. So these are the endocrine glands which are there present in our body, and we have to discuss all these glands or hormones. We have pituitary hormone, we have thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, pineal and thymus glands. All these are important glands in their own functioning. The pancreas and the gonads produce both hormones and endocrine products. The hypothalamus has both neural functions and release hormones. Other tissues and organs that produce hormones, they are adipose cells, pocket of cells in the walls of small intestine, stomach, kidneys and heart. So this is the overview, the types of glands which are present in our body. We have pituitary gland, we have thyroid, we have parathyroid, adrenal, pineal, thymus. We have different types of glands which are there, which release different hormones, and each hormone has its own specific function. So let us describe in detail. So this is the whole endocrine system. This is basically the endocrinology or endocrine system is a whole syllabus in its own self. So we will not be able to discuss everything, but yes, this endocrine system is quite important. It's very much important when you want to know about your own body, when you want to, when you are disturbed, when you are in this stress. See, there are so many mood swings are there in the young generations right now. All these things are happening because of these hormones only. So we have hypothalamus, we have pituitary gland, we have thyroid gland, thymus, adrenal. So all these glands, all these hormones, they have some specific function in our body. So let us discuss the types of hormones now. So we have protein hormones which are there in our syllabus. We have steroid hormones. We have amine hormones also. Basically the protein hormones. So let us discuss the protein or polypeptides. Hormones from the inferior and the posterior pituitary, from the pancreas, from the parathyroid glands. These hormones are known as protein hormones. These hormones are stored in the secretory vesicles until needed. So yes, this is the very important point of these hormones, that the protein hormones, they always remain stored in the secretory vesicles. The protein hormones always remain stored in the secretory vesicles. These hormones are stored in the secretory vesicles and they are only released in the bloodstream when they are needed. Getting my point? So these protein hormones, they are stored in the secretory vesicles and they are released only when they are needed. Steroid hormones, the hormones from adrenal cortex, ovaries and placenta, they are known as steroid hormones. These hormones are usually synthesized from cholesterol and are not stored. Yes, this is very important thing that our steroid hormones, they are not stored in the body like the protein hormones. Rather, they are synthesized and they are released. They are not stored anywhere. After it, we have amine hormones. What are amine hormones? We have thyroid and adrenal medullary hormones. They are derived from the tyrosine. These are known as amine hormones. So these are the types of hormones. So we have basically protein hormones, we have peptide hormones, and we have steroid hormones. Now this is the activity that how these protein or peptide hormones, they are synthesized and they are released into the bloodstream. So from here they have to release into the bloodstream, and from bloodstream they will act on the target cell. So basically what happens, this is mRNA. First of all, if you are able to see the diagram, this is mRNA on the ribosomes of our endoplasmic reticulum. So we have endoplasmic reticulum, we have Golgi apparatus. So they have to pass from all these pathways. So what happens first? The messenger RNA on the ribosomes of the endoplasmic reticulum binds to amino acids into a peptide chain known as pre-prohormone. So this chain, if you are able to see here, this is pre-prohormone chain which is present on the mRNA bind with the eRNA and ribosome. So this pre-prohormone, it has to be pass from this endoplasmic reticulum to the Golgi, from the Golgi to the blood. So what happens now? The chain is directed into the ER lumen by a signal sequence of amino acids. So this chain will release and this pre-prohormone gets changes into prohormone. So pre-prohormone gets changes into prohormone. Later this prohormone will move outside and enters into the Golgi apparatus. So enzymes in the ER chop of the signal sequence, creating an inactive prohormone. So this is the prohormone which just enters into the Golgi apparatus. The prohormone passes from the ER through the Golgi apparatus. Now this prohormone just entered here and then pass from the Golgi apparatus, and from this Golgi apparatus, this prohormone will break as a peptide fragment. So these are the secretory vesicles of the Golgi apparatus. What happened now? These secretory vesicles containing enzyme and prohormone bud of the Golgi. The enzymes chop the prohormone into one or more active peptides plus additional peptide fragments. So this breaks down into this secretory vesicle gets break down. The secretory vesicle releases its contents by exocytosis into the extracellular space. So this secretory vesicle, what it is now, it will release basically the peptide fragments from the prohormones into the extracellular space. From this extracellular space, these hormones or signals, they will pass into the bloodstream. So this is the protein and polypeptide hormone synthesis and release. So they have to complete all these six steps. So in some cases the prohormone is secreted and converted in the extracellular fluid into active hormone. An example is angiotensin, which is secreted by the liver and converted into active form by enzymes secreted by the kidney and the lungs. So basically what happens, these prohormones, they are inactive in form and they will get active here in the extracellular space. Getting my point? So they will get activated in the extracellular fluid and they become activated. So this is also the another thing which is there in the protein hormones, or you can say in the pro hormones. Now we have another hormones which are known as amine hormones. There are two groups of hormones that are derived from the amino acid tyrosine. These are known as thyroid hormones and catecholamines. So we will have to discuss these thyroid and catecholamines in detail. So what are basically thyroid hormones? I hope you all are aware of the thyroid hormone, the diseases which are there because of the thyroid hormone, the disturbances which are specifically in the females. You must know about it. But let me show you one more thing. So basically we have to discuss all these hormones in detail. So we have the number 2, which is the thyroid hormone. So after protein hormone we have the thyroid hormone. Now what are the properties of the protein hormones? That they are remain stored in the vesicles. They are not they are just pre-prepared, basically, and they are just stored in the vesicle. Now what about the thyroid hormones? Thyroid hormones are basically Thyroid hormones are basically a double tyrosine with the critical incorporation of 3 or 4 iodine atoms. Thyroid hormone is produced by the thyroid gland and is lipid soluble. So, it is basically produced by the thyroid gland. Thyroid hormones are produced by the modification of tyrosine residue contained in thyroglobulin, post-translationally modified to bind iodine, then proteolytically cleaved and released as T3 and T4. So T3 and T4 then bind to thyroxine binding globulin for transport in the blood. So these are the thyroid hormones. Now, these is basically T3 and T4 hormones. T4 is known as thyroxine. T3 is known as triiodothyronine. Then we have catecholamines, which are basically the steroid hormones. So I will show you here. Yes. So steroid hormones, we will have to discuss it tomorrow also in detail. Steroid hormones are derived from cholesterol and differ only in the ring structure and side chains attached to it. So all steroid hormones are lipid soluble. These are the types of steroid hormones who have glycocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, androgen, estrogen and progestogen. We will discuss all these hormones like glycocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, the functioning of these all, the functioning of testosterone, estrogen and progestogen. We will discuss these all things in detail. So up to now it is clear to all of you. I hope you all aware of these things. Please let me know, is it fine, you are getting something or not? So we have basically hormones or the types of steroid hormones. I'm just giving you a little bit you can say a simple introduction of these hormones. We will definitely discuss all these hormones in detail. Getting my point? We will discuss all these hormones in detail also, but it is only a simple introduction. So I hope it is you all are able to understand it, and I'm really sorry for today's network issues. No network issues, basically because of that technical error. Otherwise, this session will be more interesting. But it's okay. Tomorrow we will take a long session and with full concentration. Then you will be able to get everything. Okay. So let me complete the steroid hormones right now. Yeah. So as we already know that steroid hormones, these are the types of steroid hormones. We have glycocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, androgens, estrogens, and progestrogens. They are not packed like the protein hormones, which are packed, but they are not packed but synthesized and released immediately. So these hormones, the steroid hormones, they are synthesized and they are released immediately. They are all They are all derived from the same parent compound, which is cholesterol. So they are derived from cholesterol basically. So enzymes which produce steroid hormones from the cholesterol are located in the mitochondria and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So steroids are lipid soluble and thus are freely permeable to membranes, so are not stored in cells. So these steroids are not stored in cells, rather they are allowed to permeate, they are permeable to membranes, so they can allow to move out. So they are not stored in cells. Like protein hormones, they are not stored like as such. So steroid hormones are lipid soluble, they are not water soluble. So have to be carried in the blood complex to specific binding globulins. We have corticosteroids. Binding globulin carries cortisol. Sex steroid binding globulin carrying testosterone and estradiol. So we have to discuss cortisol, testosterone, estrogen and progesterone. So you all of you, this is the homework for all of you. You have to let me know the function of cortisol. Not today but tomorrow. The function of cortisol, what the role it plays in our body, everything regarding it. Getting my point? Then one more thing is that vitamin vitamin D3 is derived from cholesterol and is lipid soluble. So not really a vitamin as it can be synthesized by our own cells. This vitamin 1,2,5-D hydroxy is very important in our body. It is also derived from the cholesterol along with the steroid hormones. So you have to tell me the functioning of this vitamin 1,2,5-D hydroxy, vitamin D3 also. We all know the functioning of this, but this is again your homework. So these are hormones. We have peptide hormones, we have steroid hormones. Peptide or protein hormone is water soluble, but steroids are they are lipid soluble. So they just remain stored in the vesicles, the protein or peptide hormones. But steroid hormones, they are free to move anywhere. Getting my point? So they are free to move anywhere. So these are the hormones. Like similarly, we have thyroid hormone, which is also lipid soluble. But epinephrine, which is amine hormones, they are water soluble. So I hope you all get it briefly. Is it fine? Are you getting it properly? So you have to do two homework. One is you have to let me know about the functioning of cortisol, which is a steroid hormone, and number two, you have to tell me the functioning of 1,2,5 dihydroxy vitamin D3. Basically, it is basically for our bones basically, but you have to do it by your own self, and you have to let me know by tomorrow. And tomorrow we will try to meet by 3 p.m. 3 p.m. to 5, or we will try to take it from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. I will share the link and I will let you know by today night. I will let you know, but you all should be here, okay? So that we will be able to complete these topics on weekends, because on weekends we have ample of time and we will be able to do at least hormones and their you can say imbalances which are there. So we will try to conclude hormones like we have done protein. We will try to conclude steroid hormones and the disturbances which are there because of these hormones. After it we will move further to enzymes and enzyme kinetics. So I think that's all for today, because I have one more session right after your class. So I'm really sorry for today's technical error. I hope you all will understand. Now you have ample of time to work on your review paper, and you have to let me know on which topic you are working, and so that we will do it as fast as we can, because we have only 20 days along with us to be interact. Otherwise we will remain in touch on Telegram, on WhatsApp and phone also. So no worries regarding it. I think that's all for today. We will meet tomorrow. Till then, take care of your own self. Bye bye from my side. If you want to say something, please let me know. So I hope that's from my side. We will meet tomorrow. Please be on time, and we will interact again. If you have any question or query, please let me know. So that's all from my side. Is it okay? Everything is fine. We will meet tomorrow. Please reply me. I am not able to get your answers, and how I will, interact with all of you, because it's very difficult for me to speak alone and I am not able to see any one of you. So only your messages are your faces right now. So please type and please let me know everything is fine. Shall we meet tomorrow? Please let me know. All of you, please. Hello, my voice is audible. Please let me know. Why you are not replying? I am waiting for your reply. Please let me know. Okay, okay, okay. And yes, one more suggestion. One suggestion is my only request to all of you to please subscribe to my channel Crash Course, so that when I will be online, you all will get a notification. So please like and subscribe my channel also. Okay. Take care from my side. We will meet tomorrow. Till then, take care.